News that we're just learning is that the National Democratic Congress, NDC's Functional Executive Committee, that's FEC, has communicated the expulsion of its former Deputy General Secretary, that's Samuel Koku Anyidoho. He has been expelled from the party. This is a letter communicating this decision by the Functional Executive Committee of the NDC, signed by Johnson Ketia, the General Secretary of the NDC, communicating to all of us that indeed the decision as taken today at a meeting of the Functional Executive Committee have decided that Samuel Koku Anyidoho be expelled from the party. And this person who signed this statement is joining me on the telephone. Johnson Ketia is General Secretary of the NDC. I thank you very much for your time this evening, sir, if you can hear me. Now, Koku Anyidoho has been on suspension for a while now. And what exactly are these allegations of misconduct and anti-party behavior, as you've captured in this particular document, which has led to the decision to expel him?
Well, good evening to listeners, and thank you for having me. I think the letter has referred to the disciplinary committee's report, and all those allegations are contained in there. But for the benefit of listeners who may not be having the document, it borders on anti-party conduct relative to publications in all the media, electronic, print, and traditional media, statements that are calculated to bring the image of NDC into repute. And so, when we engage in any such conduct, because NDC of laws, we don't rush to take any rash decision. We give you the opportunity to be heard, and you could be represented by a lawyer before a discipline committee. That opportunity was given him. Unfortunately, the disciplinary committee reported last week recommending his expulsion on the grounds that he has evaded service and declined any opportunity to avail himself to defend himself. So they did not have any other option than to recommend his expulsion. And according to our rules, once a disciplinary committee makes a specific recommendation, it takes more than two-thirds majority of FEC to overturn the recommendation. On this particular occasion, when the motion was tabled, the report was tabled, it had overwhelming endorsement. So there was no single objection to the recommendation. So I therefore had the unenviable duty to execute that sentence, which I have faithfully done this evening.
Of which we have a copy of.
The honorable member from NDC, and to request him to return any party property that he may be keeping to the party, and also to inform him that according to our constitution, any monies by way of dues, contributions, or whatever that he had made to the party during the time he was a member stands forfeited to the party.
So does this mean that the disciplinary committee actually extended invitation to him during that period of a hearing or investigations into this misconduct and anti-party behavior you talk about?
They have tried all the means. If you read the report with dates, they used ordinary letter, refused to accept it. It was sent by courier, which had been receipted. And he actually indicated that he would not accept the letter on 2 occasions. And so, as for WhatsApp messages, email messages, several of them. So they came to the conclusion that he was simply evading. And so they then drew the conclusion and recommended his expulsion.
All right. I thank you very much for your time this evening.